Yo, what is up everybody, welcome to the next video on the channel, and I assume everyone's happy today because we have finally survived the long drought without NBA basketball. We did it! We did it! And while I realized that the season started quite bitter for some fan bases, including my own, Knicks, we shouldn't overreact as it was only the first game of the season, there's 81 more, so without further ado, let's get it! So as you all know, the first game of the season was Knicks versus Celtics, and it was a painful, horrible watch for Knicks fans, of course, because Celtics absolutely dominated. They tied the record for most three-pointers in the game. Everything was coming up Celtics pretty much, and the best way to sum up this game was I've actually been taking notes during the game, and one of my notes says, we're getting cooked, have to take antidepressants mid-game. So that pretty much tells you the whole story about the game from the Knicks perspective. We were horrible defensively. Like, most of the shots the Celtics took were pretty much open. We were horrible at rotating, and we just didn't play like a team defensively, because offensively it wasn't that bad. I mean, I would even say it was relatively good, but defensively just everyone was out of sync. We were letting them shoot wide open shots. It was horrible, absolutely terrible. Couldn't get a rebound, couldn't defend. So it's not surprising to see the result. I have to say though, I am absolutely ecstatic to watch Deuce McBride this season. I believe he will take the next step, as I was really surprised actually and impressed by the way he played tonight. Even though I knew he's capable of that, he was just completely taking over the game, hitting every shot, you know, providing the spark of the bench that we need. And I would actually consider moving Deuce McBride to the starting lineup for Josh Hart, and putting him at 2, of course, with Mikal Bridges at the 3. Also, I want to say I wouldn't be surprised to see Deuce win MIP this season. He is my early pick after this game, as he was incredible. And about the Knicks offense, I also wanted to say that while watching this game, I sort of had a feeling that the Knicks offense is quite stagnant at times, giving off the vibe of, you know, every man for himself. Even though we have, you know, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, who are great offensively, we have OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, who are, you know, also great offensive players. You know, level or two below Kat and JB, but still really good. But we didn't really have like a good connection. The team didn't play like a team, they played more like individuals, which is probably why we lost so bad. Well, mostly due to defense, but still. And when it comes to Mikal Bridges, it was horrible watching him in the first half. In the second half, he actually picked it up after he hit that three-point shot, where he looked much more comfortable, he looked more confident, and he started actually playing well and getting buckets. Defensively, he still wasn't there, like we know he can be, but it was much better. And when it comes to OG Anunoby, also offensively didn't do a great job this game, like pretty much everyone on the team. As like I said, we were really out of sync. And offensively, I wanted to say about OG Anunoby that I was quite happy to see him get more involved offensively in the first quarter, and then he pretty much disappeared right after, so that kind of sucks. Jalen Brunson had a solid game, no fireworks of course, but 22 points, you know, he had a solid night. And when it comes to Kat, I was quite actually surprised to see him not getting utilized more as a shooter. You know, he had some moments in the paint, getting buckets, you know, but we didn't really utilize his three-point ability, and it didn't look like we were even trying. He took 2 shots, one of them was heavily contested, he made one that was an actual good shot, but I need to see more plays, Drew, specifically for getting Kat the three-point shots, because at the end of the day, that's why we got him. He's a stretch big, and he wasn't stretching shit tonight. And as for the Celtics, what they were doing tonight was just devastatingly amazing. I don't know what else to call it, as I'm not a fan of the Celtics. But yeah, they were hitting every shot, 29 three-point shots, and basically 3 quarters, because they actually had pretty much the whole last quarter at getting the record. They just needed one more three-point shot, but, well, it went like this. yeah, there's not much to say about the Celtics. I mean, it's pretty much the same team they had last season. 13 of the players that were on the team last season are here now still. The only thing I can say is what we knew last year, and they still won, is that they rely too heavily on the three-point shot, and it was going in tonight, so, you know, of course, when it's going in, it's a good strategy, but if they have an off night, that might be a problem, because they don't really go to the basket, they don't shoot the mid-ranges, it's just 3 after 3. But yeah, but when it's going in, like tonight, no team in the history of the NBA would beat them tonight, so. And now, after, you know, this horrible talk about my team losing by like 200 points, we get to the second game, which was much better for me to watch because, you know, I wasn't that involved emotionally. And it was the Lakers versus Timberwolves. The game was better overall, as it was rather close throughout the whole game. Pretty much, you know, Timberwolves were down by 10 through the whole game, or it was tied, but it was still pretty competitive. The game started right off the bat pretty great, with Hachimura getting a three-pointer, a block, and a monster dunk on Rudy Gobert, which you can see now.
Hachimura, Claudia. Oh, big finish! Hachimura!
And just moments later, we've seen first LeBron signature dunk of the season. And before I even talk about how the teams performed, I have to say that it was absolutely heartbreaking to see Randle and DiVincenzo in a Timberwolves jersey, especially Randle, given how much he gave us during his stretch of years in New York. When it comes to the game, let's start with the Lakers. They didn't shoot the ball well, but they did an incredible job on offensive glass, which gave them a lot of second chances. They also had quite a lot of steals, or rather Timberwolves had quite a lot of turnovers. You know, it's hard to say whether I should praise the Lakers or just say that the Timberwolves sucked a bit. But anyways, they did a good job at the offensive glass, you know, steals, didn't shoot well, but won the game anyways, so overall, AD deserves all the praise he gets tonight. He was absolutely incredible. 36 points, 16 rebounds, I believe. Great game. He was just everywhere on the floor. You know, getting rebounds, getting blocks, you know, steals, dunking the ball, putbacks. He even got a three-pointer. Just straight up incredible game from him. The Lakers crowd was actually chanting MVP for him at the end of the game, which was very much deserved after a performance like that. LeBron had a quiet night tonight, and fucking hell. LeBron had a quiet game tonight with, what was it, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists and 2 blocks. So by no means did he have a bad game, just, you know, just a quiet night, that's all. And we've also seen some solid performances all around, mostly from Hachimura, who had 18 points and played really well. Whereas Jackson Hayes had 10 points, and Austin Reeves had a really good game with 12 points. So the Lakers team overall looked really well. Just the shots that were not falling in all the time, but they were good shots, so they should improve that over the season. And now when it comes to the Timberwolves, they didn't really play well, offensively mostly. Defensively they just didn't get rebounds. Offensively it was quite terrible to watch actually. They didn't, Randle was non-existent. DiVincenzo, besides hitting like 2 3-pointers, was non-existent. Conley didn't do much. It was only Edwards that was, what did Edwards even do? I have to check, because I don't remember. It was a quiet game from him as well. He had 27 points, I guess, but you know, 5 for 13 from 3, 10 for 25 FG. So not a great game from him, and it was definitely a quiet one in the last quarter. He wanted to take over the game, but missed pretty much every shot. And I'm not hating on them. I'm not hating on the Timberwolves. They have they reshaped their team, so of course they will need some time to adjust. I'm just telling you what I saw was that it wasn't a great game from the Timberwolves, but there is no reason for the Timberwolves fans to be sad or anything about this game, because it was the first game of the season. They reshaped their team, added Randall, instead of Cat, who was the main guy. So far I'm tied with Edwards, and the game was still relatively close. It was only a few points to 10 points difference for much of the game, so I am sure they will work it out and get better offensively. Also, I have to say it was quite incredible to see LeBron and Bronny play on the same team at the same time. It was a magical moment in the history of the NBA. It happened for the first time, so big congratulations to them. I hope we'll see more of Bronny in the next game, as he only got 2 minutes, I believe. I'll check. He only got 2 minutes and 41 seconds. We didn't even know if he was gonna play tonight, so JJ Redick pretty much played him just so people would get what they wanted to see. Anyways, we will see much more from LeBron and Bronny together throughout the whole season, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know in the comments whether you enjoyed those games or not, whether you've seen something that you want to share with the rest of the basketball community. And yeah, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace!